You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us this Thursday evening. I'm Ken Bufa. A Newfield High School football player who collapsed at practice is now on life support. Newsday TV's Cecilia Dowd shares how it happened and spoke to the teen's family.
A sliver of hope, but we're looking for a miracle right now.
We need these prayers. We need a miracle.
17-year-old Robert Bush collapsed Monday during football practice at Newfield High School in Selden, his family says. Relatives say the soon-to-be senior had a cardiac episode and is in an induced coma at Stony Brook University Hospital. The district says he collapsed after being outside for roughly 4 minutes during an intramural summer sports program.
The problem now is obviously the brain activity. When you're depleted of blood and oxygen to your brain for 45 plus minutes, the chances are very slim after that.
Steve Bush is Robert's older brother. There are 10 siblings in total, ranging in age from 16 to 56, and their parents fostered more than 300 kids.
We do know that CPR was performed within minutes of him going down. He was also hit with the AED at the field. But the specifics around everything and how it was done for those 45 minutes, we just simply don't have all the answers right now.
Robert's older brother Chris says he took him under his wing.
I wanted him the best for him, so I took him everywhere. I'm the one that taught him to play football. I got him into every sport that he wanted to play.
Robert is always trying to better himself. His brother tells me he's someone who doesn't care what everybody else thinks.
He'll go out of his way to help any person. He's the type of kid that, if something bad happens, he'll be okay. He'll give you a hug. He's right there for you every single time.
And now the community is coming together to help, including setting up this GoFundMe to help the family. Reporting from Stony Brook, Cecilia Dowd for Newsday TV.
Now, an NYPD officer from Lake Grove has pleaded not guilty to a 119-count indictment for allegedly possessing child porn. According to the Suffolk DA, 50-year-old Stephen Marksberry screenshotted and saved material depicting child sexual abuse. The officer could get 20 years in prison if convicted. He's being held on a $100,000 cash bail or $250,000 bond. And the TSA shared some of the dangerous discoveries they've made at airport security checkpoints. They displayed a table full of knives, weapons, and other banned items, and some of the stuff might surprise you.
Here's an example of a kind of an unusual prohibited item, a pickaxe. It's pretty long. And something like this is a bludgeoning instrument to us, and that you don't want that on a plane. That could cause some harm.
Now, the TSA says you can go to the agency's website to see what you can and cannot travel with. And a 10-foot shark was spotted at Robert Moses State Park this afternoon. And as a result, park authorities say swimming is prohibited in the area. Now, beachgoers are being urged to be aware of their surroundings. Marine biologists say we have 13 different shark species that migrated up from the south.
They can typically be found around forage fish schools like Atlantic Menhaden, also called bunker. These animals are in their natural habitat. They're wild animals, and bathers should, take precautions when they enter the water. They could do so safely, but they should be aware of their surroundings.
Jet ski patrols, drones, and additional lifeguards are just some of the precautions officials are taking to protect swimmers. There's been 5 reported shark attacks on the island just this week. That's more than half the total numbers from last summer. And the man that jumped off a Fire Island ferry on the 4th of July is now dealing with a Coast Guard investigation and a fine. General Manager of Fire Island Ferry says the consequences of doing something like this can be deadly.
People don't realize, they don't think. You're on a vessel that's got 3 giant propellers underneath them that propels this boat through the water. And you can very easily get sucked right in and underneath that boat, and those propellers will chop you up.
The 24-year-old Queens man jumped into the Great South Bay as the ferry from Ocean Beach was pulling into its dock in Bay Shore. The jumper is now facing up to a $2,500 fine. And Suffolk OTB has agreed to build a sound buffer near the Jake's 58 Casino in Islandia. A 10-foot high wall is meant to address noise complaints from residents. Village officials will vote next week on the plan. Now, this comes as Jake's 58 is planning a $200 million expansion. All right, it's time now for a look at your Long Island weather, and boy, was it just icky today. Tonight, it's going to be mostly clear skies with temps in the 70s, and tomorrow's we are heading into the 80s. So taking a closer look at tomorrow, it's going to be in the 80s again, but there will be some cloud cover.
Get more of the stories you've seen on NewsdayTV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can. What's Up on Long Island is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
Here's what's up on Long Island. The Independence Day celebrations are not over yet. You can check out the Long Beach fireworks display. The show will be visible from anywhere on the boardwalk and beachfront tomorrow night. Well, why not see Counting Crows? The Rockers are continuing their Banshee season tour with Dashboard Confessional. They take the stage Saturday night at Northwell Health at Jones Beach Theater in Wantagh. And Eternal Con is on this weekend. The Long Island Comic Con gets you face-to-face with comic book celebrities through autographs and picture sessions. It's Sunday at Hofstra University. Now, for admission info and more events, click Get More below the NewsdayTV video box. A new summer program on Long Island is encouraging diversity in ballet. It's a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Plie, jump, plie, straighten. Good.
We are launching a new partnership for our summer learning program called Passport to Innovation Summer.
And open.
We really wanted to create an opportunity to create a strength-based program that not only focused on remediation, but also focused on tapping into kids' passions. And so how do we tap into those passions? We have to expose them to things that maybe they wouldn't have the opportunity to do on their own. We want them to take away that this is another art form that maybe they're not as familiar with, but there are people that look just like them who are doing ballet, and we want them, if they want to pursue it, to have this opportunity and to take it as far as it can go.
I'm hoping they take away a curiosity, and I know that sounds probably a little different than what most educators say. If they come away with a love of dance, that's more than I could ever ask for. But if they come away with a curiosity of dance, that means we've given them the opportunity to be critical thinkers. Our real success is training audience members and giving them the experience of knowing what is really involved in, to be a dancer, and giving them that knowledge and that base leads to a bigger appreciation of what we actually do.
Our students are going to try their hands and their feet at ballet.
And those kids look like they're thriving. Now, to read more about diversity in ballet, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. And for my viewer with a sweet tooth, listen up. The Long Island Ice Cream Tour is back. Drew Scott has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
This is year 13 for the annual Long Island Ice Cream Tour, and a highlight of the 7 stops is historic Hildebrands in Williston Park.
The flavors are right up on that pegboard right there, first one on the left.
Michael Larson owns Hildebrands and loves to see dozens of fans, as they say, screaming for ice cream in their official tour shirts.
I would love to see more of these. Yeah, it reminds me of the old crawls that we used to have when there was more of these around. I think it's fantastic that they do this every year. It seems to be growing.
You must really love ice cream.
I do, every year. This is my 5th year.
What flavors do you have?
We got chocolate chip today. It's a good one.
Creamy, delicious.
Jeff Norman is the organizer and scoop master of the ice cream tour. He says it's designed to boost local business and plans to have 2 more tours this summer.
These are all small family-owned places that you're helping not only the people that own it, but the workers here.
Chocolate. I got banana because that's not. Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Tell me how you like it.
All right, let's see.
How is it?
It's good. It's banana.
Susan Canane from Wantagh brought her son to sample the scoops. Some people think you guys are fanatics about ice cream.
We definitely are. We are. This is perfect for us. It's all one-stop shopping all day long.
Somebody saw a sign on the tour. It says, "Life is like an ice cream. Enjoy it before it melts." Drew Scott for Newsday TV.
That looks like my kind of tour. Now, to read more about the ice cream tour, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say, "Install Newsday." Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Booth. Thank you so much for joining us. We leave you now with a look at your 7-day forecast.